So howdy folks, thanks for joining me today. In this video I'm going to show you step by step how to install a bonded window just like this one here. So straight out of the box then we should have some adhesive, some glass cleaner, as well as some primer wipes and an applicator. If you've got a sliding window like we do, you'll also have a latch. And it's a good idea to go ahead and check the window, check its condition before you go ahead and permanently install it in place. So for the window, I'm going to use the existing template on the inside here. I'm just going to drill a few holes so I can see where to cut from the outside with the jigsaw. No going back now. So go ahead and follow that guide all the way around. This will give us a template that we can see on the outside of the van for our jigsaw to follow a little bit later on. Just go marry up all those dots with a line. This line is going to make it far easier to follow and get a nice straight cut as you're going along with the jigsaw. We can then go ahead and apply some painter's tape all the way around the perimeter. We're doing this because the jigsaw has the potential to scratch the paintwork, so we want to make sure that's left intact. The inside obviously doesn't matter as we're removing it. Right, so we can now go ahead and use the jigsaw to make our cutout, and my best piece of advice here is to purely take your time and choose the correct jigsaw blade that's suitable for metal and has fine teeth suitable for tight curves. We don't want a jumpy jigsaw blade. Also ensure that you end up at the top here, so when the metal drops, it doesn't bend the metal out as opposed to starting from the bottom. Remove your cutout, and we can go ahead and file this down just to smooth off all the edges. And you should be left with something a little like this. Next up then we'll want to clean up our work area. So go ahead and just vacuum up all those little pieces of metal that are going to rust later over time. We can then go ahead and protect those raw cut edges with some red oxide. Just go ahead to all of those raw edges and apply it over the top. Once it's done, we can apply our trim, and I'm just steadily doing so using a rubber mallet here. It's a little bit faffy, you might have to readjust as you go along, but again my best piece of advice here is to just make sure you get it really tight into those corners as you go. And this will give it a really nice fit later on when you look at it from the inside of the camper van. When the two ends meet up, we're just going to cut that with a Stanley knife to make them join and butt nicely together. And then we're going to go ahead and use our glass cleaner here to clean up the glass before we prepare it for adhering to the side. So here I'm just applying that primer. This is going all the way around the perimeter of the window where the adhesive is going to be. And then we can go ahead and apply a nice thick bead to the window itself of the adhesive. Now it's important the bead is consistent. And as I say, it's thick. This is going to prevent any water being allowed to travel through the window. So here comes the slightly scary bit, although it really isn't that scary. We can go ahead and eyeball whereabouts we want the window, and there's room for minor adjustments as we go along. We can then use the tape here that's above the window to help hold it in place as that adhesive sets off. So you need to leave this for a few hours, and ideally you don't want to be driving for 24 hours. Once dry then we can go ahead and install our latch, and it comes in two pieces just like this. There's a male and female part that will butt in together, and it's simply a case of screwing them in place. And there we have it. A slightly scary task, but if you take your time with it, you can easily install one of these bonded windows yourself. I'll leave a link in the description for the full build video as well as a few other tutorials we did on this. But happy travels and hope to see you again soon.